These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Saturday, November 4th, after the Celtics win over the Brooklyn Nets. And it was a good one. I mean, we can just jump right into it. No need to an intro when we're recording literally an hour after the game ended. Celtics picked up a win over the Nets, 124 to 114. It was a closely contested game for the majority of it. Celtics pulled away in the end after a big first quarter, I believe. No, wrong. Tied first quarter, sorry. Big second quarter. Slipped in the third, closed it out, 7-point gap in the fourth quarter. Derek White was not there. He was out for personal reasons, what we assume to be the birth of his second child. So congratulations to Derek White. Neemias Queta, the only other Celtic out. But Celtics 5-0, the only undefeated team in the league now. It's cool.
Still
Very
on
cool.
pace for 82-0. And they actually kind of handicapped themselves tonight because they told Derek White and his spouse to hold off on the baby delivering until they have a game because they wanted a challenge. Because when they have their starting five, they're just supernova. But Celtics went into the fortress that is Barclays Center tonight and fended off a Nets team that made a couple pushes in this game. And Celtics did a good job at responding to almost all of them, right? There was a couple times where I was like, wow, really? Like the start of the third quarter, I wasn't even like looking at my laptop. I was playing Mario Super Strikers at my friend's giving, which will be talked about later. And I looked down, I was like, oh, wow, they're only up 2 points now. They were just up 12. What happened? I didn't even see this happening. But again, just like rock solid performances from some of these guys down the stretch. If you want to point at one guy, and I don't know if we want to run right into the let's look at this specific thing because it kind of kills the longevity of our game breakdown. But Porzingis locking up on defense in the fourth quarter, also being crazy efficient. Didn't even notice that. He was getting attacked on the perimeter, and it was just like, I don't think so.
Matter.
Yeah,
it didn't matter. Speaking of attacked, he also got tacked in the side. He got like pushed around in this game. The refs were
doesn't matter
in this one. Yeah, didn't matter. Porzingis finished with 22, 7, 3 blocks. Probably had more than 3 blocks, low key. Jason Tatum also awesome in this game. 32 points, 11 rebounds, 10,000 points on his career. 10th youngest player ever, youngest Celtic ever to hit that mark. 10 of 20 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Jaylen Brown, inefficient night, 7 of 22, 2 of 11, but 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Drew Holiday, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, 6 of 15, 4 of 9. Super efficient for him. Did get a block, Sam, so your 0.5 line lives on.
Frank was thrilled to took the bet, and he started jumping around.
Yep. Huge. And then Al Horford in the start in place of Derek White, 8.7 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block, 4-7 from the field, 0 of 3 from deep, but a team high plus 29 on the night. So shout out to Big Al. He was great. The whole starting lineup looked good for the majority of the game. There were some times in there, again, I mean, we can start diving into the niches of the game because that's kind of the whole point. There were a few lineups out there I didn't love. Joe Mazzulla threw together. There was one in the, I can't remember if it was the second quarter, but it was Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, O'Shea Brissett, Sam Hauser, and Kristaps Porzingis. And there's just like a severe lack of offensive initiation. Like it was all on Jaylen Brown. And to Jaylen Brown's credit, made some really good passes in this game. Like he is noticeably improved as a playmaker, which is nice to see. But when he is your primary offensive hub, it's probably not going to be the best for long stretches of the game. So that didn't really work out too well.
To your point,
the other
stick alley-oop to Kristaps.
That was good. That was a great pass from him. I will say the one thing that I do really want to talk about in this game, and we can dive into every other niche after, Luke Kornet was really fucking good. Unironically, Luke Kornet played really, really well in this game. 11 points, 7 rebounds, got a steal as well. 5 of 5 from the field. He was cutting. He was pick and roll, diving to the rim really hard. He was grabbing rebounds. He was playing solid defense. Like this was the best Luke Kornet game by far, and this was probably even more than what you expect the best of Luke Kornet to be. Like this is a really good Luke Kornet game.
Yeah, so like 90% of our listeners just scrolled down to the comments to be like, you guys are idiots overreacting to one Luke Kornet game. But he was really good. Didn't miss a shot today. 5 of 5 for 11 points. He made a couple back-to-back baskets at the end of the first half to kind of help them seal off a incoming Nets charge, I guess you could call it. I don't know if I want to call these runs, but a lot of teams have charged at the Celtics so far this season and tried to take away leads, and it hasn't really fared well for any of them, which is a very good sign from the Celtics team, a team traditionally that we've seen blow leads. The damn sportsbook wouldn't even let me take insurance today. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
But yes, very happy with Luke Kornet. He was just in the right spots. He was making the plays look very comfortable. He wasn't getting blocked, rushing. He wasn't fumbling around like we saw a little bit. I think it was the Wizards game where he looked kind of miserable on cuts, like dropping passes, wasn't finishing underneath. Glad we saw him bounce back today. Didn't turn the ball over at all. Even had a super cool steal.
I mean, honestly, if you think about the Kornet and the Wizards game, he was playing with the bench players. I feel like he genuinely does just need to be playing with some of the starters to be at his best, because it's like what we said in preseason. He's not built to excel when he's given more responsibility. He's built to do his job, and that's it. And that's exactly what he did in this game. But before we get too deep into this, I do want to bring this up so we can do it at the start of the show and the end of the show. Shout out Incognito. Incognito. Sam, you initiated this partnership.
Yes.
I'm going to let you intro this and explain a little bit, and then we'll get into the details of what we're doing here. But
sweet.
Run it.
Yeah. So Incognito makes a ton of different great flavors of popcorn. I am a huge fan of popcorn. We've done the bits at the end of the show where it's me trying to guess calories of things. Popcorn is a pretty healthy snack, and you can make it taste good with all these different flavors. And I stumbled upon Incognito. I was telling Jack about it. I got some Incognito as a gift. And I was like, Jack, you got to look at this. We went on the website. Jack ordered some popcorn. I was like, hey, look, we can contact them. So we reached out. And so each podcast, we are going to be able to give away $10 in store credit to Incognito's store, meaning you can order a bag of popcorn for free. One lucky commenter.
I don't know if it's per podcast, but I know we have one code for now, and I think we're going to see how it's going past that. But yeah, I mean, I think what the plan is, if you'd like to be entered in the giveaway. This is, by the way, Incognito is going to be sponsoring the email portion, as you can see by What's Pop with a little mail though. So this will be up during the emails as well. If you'd like to be entered to get 10% off and order at Incognito, and even if you don't get, selected, still go order from Incognito. Awesome. If it says, leave feedback, say how about them Celtics sent you. Popcorn's really good. Leave a comment or send us an email that's led with what's poppin', and then comment anything you want. Just lead with what's poppin'. One podcast per email Sam sends in the chat, which is a detail I missed. So one winner per episode. So comment, email with what's poppin' at the lead, put it in the header of your email. Or at the start of your YouTube comment, and you will automatically be entered, and we will do a draw, and maybe I'll post it as a short or something or post it on Twitter with a little wheel. You'll be entered to see if you can get 10% off your order at Incognito. Sam, your favorite flavor?
$10 gift card.
$10
better. It's 100% off certain orders.
Yes, sorry. $10 gift card. I'm getting the numbers mixed up because I'm trying to look at the flavors at the same time. What's your favorite flavor, Sam?
I have a few different flavors. So if you want the goat flavor, look no further than that cinnamon toast there that Jack is hovering over. A fine flavor. Tastes just like a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Great item. Discovered it at the Super Bowl. Brought a bunch of popcorn snacks to my boy's house. Couple Incognito flavors. Absolute baller flavor.
Ooh,
if you go in the gift card, this is a good choice. Another quality flavor. I believe it was called Strawberries and Cream. It's like just excellent treat. Different. It's quality. Quality item. Look at that. Huge. Who doesn't want that?
Yeah,
Slam back a whole bag. It's like only 700 calories. Not bad.
Big time. So yeah, I mean, like I said, email or comment that starts with what's poppin', you'll be automatically entered to win a $10 gift card. We'll be doing one draw per podcast, so make sure you get your name in now and with everything. So if you comment normally, just put what's poppin' at the front. Maybe you get some $10 off popcorn. It's kind of a win-win. You comment, we talk to you, and it's a W.
Only one what's poppin' comment per person. Though I know we have the two guys that show up in the comments to have a duel.
Mhm.
They can't keep going what's poppin'.
We'll
And then go
monitor
back
that.
and
Don't worry about it. We'll monitor those. But yeah, shout out Impognito. It'll be back during the email portion. We can jump back to our discussion of Luke Kornet and the Celtics-Nets game. But thought we'd intro that. Appreciate you, Impognito.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is the win. After the first two games of the season against the Knicks and the Heat, we were like, "Oh, look at the Celtics." These two teams made runs and they sort of quelled it. This Nets team to start the game, I genuinely thought this was going to be the Celtics' first loss. And it wasn't going to be like a bad loss in the sense that they just completely fell flat. It was just the Nets were hitting tough shots. The Nets seemed to be playing harder. It's almost like they were on a back-to-back. And so they were just playing like, you know what? We're tired. We're just going to lay it all out there. We're just going to fuck it. Like, we're just going to, we're not, effort is going to lead the way rather than, plays and all that stuff. And it showed. And shout out the Nets, but Celtics reeled it back in fourth quarter, brought it back, secured the win. Big game for Boston to win, in my opinion. Tatum was he damn well might win MVP.
Special.
He's nasty. Tatum is nasty. Yeah. Special.
Tatum is
Special is correct.
super duper efficient. That is for sure. 50% from the field, 60% from three. And he took a zillion threes, took 10 threes tonight. Not my favorite number, but if he's making them, what do I care, right? I'm very happy to see the Celtics pull out a win in this game. Like you said, Brooklyn was giving them a pretty good punch throughout this game. I'm pretty sure they went, 2.5, 3 quarters without a turnover. They only had 5 total turnovers for the entire game. That's pretty impressive play from a Nets team without a true point guard. I mean, Ben Simmons is somebody they consider one of their main playmakers, and he didn't even play today. So to have these guys being extra careful with the ball, pretty impressive from the Nets, and they were making every single tough shot in this game.
You know who it
Cam
was?
Thomas, how many followays did he make over good defense from Drew Holiday or Brown, Tatum, you name whoever he got switched on to. Even Pritchard was giving him some good defense, but he was just knocking down really, really difficult looks. It was truly feeling like one of those games where it was going to be like, wow, Celtics got their first loss of the season, and they lost to a Nets team without Cam Johnson and Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton. What is going on? Why did this happen? But instead, we're here talking and being like, wow, Celtics fended off a really good punch from the Nets, who couldn't miss tough shots, made several charges of them throughout the game. And I'm impressed. I'm impressed by this win. Sounds silly, but it's cool.
But it's not something they did in years past, and that's why it's impressive.
Yes. This is growth. This is, okay, they made moves over the summer, and it's actually changed something. Okay, I see the vision. Yes, great. Fantastic.
Cam Thomas, though. Can we just got to spend more than a second on that. It's nasty. Like, he's really fucking good. He's having like 26 points in the season. 23, 21.
He's not very old at all.
I can't find it.
He's in that range, 21 to 23 years old.
22.
Younger than the two of us.
There you go, 22 years old, yeah.
And he's out there balling out.
22. Just turned 22.
Wasn't the most efficient game. 11 of 24. He's just under 50%. I guess he knocks down one more shot. He's at 50%. But yeah, he's a tough shot maker. He's a bucket getter. And Celtics held off a pretty good game from him. So good for him. Nets, I don't know. Nets might be a little bit better than you thought coming into the season. By you, I mean everybody.
They're weird. I feel like a lot of people had them at like the play-in, and then the year started, and everyone's like, are they a play-in team? And then you watch this, and you're like, yeah, they're probably a play-in team. I stand where I had them. I think they're probably going to be like 8, 9, 10. And it's fine. And that's, dependent on the Bulls' continued collapse and the Raptors being bad. And Raptors have actually been okay this year. They're not as bad, but
get ready for the NFL season with incredible offers from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. Guaranteed. That's guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Now is the best time to join FanDuel. It absolutely is. The app is easy to use, and you can be on everything from spreads to player props and more. So visit FanDuel.com/Boston. Kick off the NFL season with an offer you won't want to miss. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
It's weird. I will say, back to the Celtics, you can see that they missed Derek White in this game for long stretches of it. Because like the offense
Take it
was just
away.
not as smooth. It was just not as like obviously they got over the hump and they found a way to win because they're talented and that's what good teams do. And this is very clearly a good team. But you could just see it, like some of these lineups they were rolling out there, they were just missing the extra playmaker. You saw a lot of like true Tatum and the fellas today, like Tatum, Hauser, Brissett, Kornet, Pritchard, which is not something you would probably want to see, especially with Holiday, Brown, Porzingis, excuse me, and Horford on the bench. Like you'd usually see White in that lineup over Brissett or over Pritchard, and you didn't because he wasn't there. And so I think that's where you really miss Derek White. Luckily, Derek White has missed 2 games in the last 2 years, and they've both been for the births of his children. So we've got at least 9 months if he's really active. So
who knows? Maybe he's one not to waste any time.
Respect.
I have friends that have had that where they were less than 9 months apart.
Disrespectful in November, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's disrespectful indeed. Yeah.
No, but they really did miss Derek White on the court, though, in terms of another offensive hub, because I truly think he is. I don't want to sound ignorant here or sound like I'm saying stupid shit. He damn well might be the second most important player in the team. I stand on that. I think he's not the second best. I think he's probably the 5th, 6th best player on the team. But in terms of overall importance, what he brings to the table, the connectivity between plays, the fluidity of the offense, having that extra ball handler, like the ability to, like Derek White's not going to play poorly and have his inefficiency hurt you. He's going to play poorly and only take 2 shots and play great defense, right? Like this isn't to nitpick at Jaylen Brown or Kristaps Porzingis, but like they will get their shots up, but they could have an inefficient night. If Derek White doesn't have it, he's just not going to shoot, right? Or he's not going to not shoot, but he's going to spots a lot
play
better.
Into the flow of the game.
Exactly. And in doing so, he's going to help the Celtics offense with also bringing that defense. Like Derek White as a connector is probably one of the best there is. You could see it for stretches in this game where they missed his defense and his offense because they didn't have that extra guy. And that's natural with teams that are very top heavy. But I don't think you see it this clearly if you're missing one of the other 3 top guys. Like Drew Holiday maybe, but even so, like I just think Derek White in the flow of this team has learned to play with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and the rest of the guys so much that call me overreactionary, and I'm definitely biased, but like you could see the effect of not having Derek White on the court.
Sure. Yeah, we talked about 2 different aspects of this already on the show. First of which was that lineup that was Jaylen and the boys, and it didn't really go well. And if you're looking at a day where they have Derek White's probably a part of that group. He's the one initiating the offense. It's not having to be Jaylen Brown. Jaylen can kind of operate in a more comfortable sense, whether it's catch and shoot or catch one move, go to the basket, or create a midi. I really don't like Jaylen being like the point of attack, just create. Okay, we'll see what's going to happen. I don't think that works that well. Also, I think when we talked about Cam Thomas, the Nets were able to kind of go after Pritchard and get Cam Thomas a lot of good matchups. Not to say that he wasn't going to have a good game regardless, but when you have an all defensive caliber player guarding you and you're switching between 2 all defensive caliber guards, performance might go a bit different. You might get a little bit less of a productive game out of a Cam Thomas if Derek White's out there to do some defensive chasing around and harassment, if you will.
Yeah, I agree. What else? What have we not talked about that we should talk about?
What's on?
Porzingis defense we touched on.
Post-ups.
Awesome. Oh yeah. I mean, we talked about this for an entire video. Celtics post offense is real. It is if they get stagnant on offense, post up. If they need a bucket, post up. And it's always mismatches. They attacked the hell out of Cam Thomas in this game. They were saying Cam Thomas on the floor, post up Drew Holiday. post up Jason Tatum. Even Mikal Bridges got posted up by Drew Holiday because he's just stronger.
He sure
Like,
did, dude. He
and
bullied Mikal Bridges. It was
Mikal Bridges is a
that.
good defender, like a really good defender.
Yes.
And he's just not strong enough. And
Drew Holiday is a big boy.
This post offense the Celtics
Fat
are running
boy.
this year. And it's because they talked to us on the broadcast. By the way, Drew Carter, awesome on the I really enjoy the dynamic, him and Scal.
I could do without Scal.
The dynamic of the Celtics offense is not just get in the post and either back them down and get a layup or take a fadeaway jumper. It's get in the post, get to your spot, you can make a shot, draw help defense, make a pass. Yeah. Draw that defender, make a pass. There was one possession in the I had it written down here.
You want the defense to be uncomfortable. They make the defense play their game.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm going to pull it up because I know what it is and I have it ready. This is why I have the notebook.
Jack shilling to the NBA's copyright rules as we speak.
If people hate the copyright screen, don't give a shit. It ended in a missed 3-pointer, right? So it didn't even end in a make, but it is exactly how the Celtics offense should be played. And I'm gonna pull it up here. I have it, right? So take a look here. It's a little bit in transition, but Jaylen Brown he gets position on Cam Thomas, right? Position on Cam Thomas, entry pass by Drew Holiday. Bridges is forced to help over. Immediate pass by Jaylen Brown. Yep. Great read. Again, Jaylen Brown.
You have two open guys. On the screen right now, you have two open players, both of which are good 3-point shooters. You pick your poison. Do you close out to Al Horford, or are you going to try and cut off the pass to Tatum? That's the
Horford gets the ball.
With Brooklyn.
Both of them go to Horford. Tatum gets the ball here, drives it. Now, you could argue he should have taken this 3. Celtics have been attacking all year.
He literally should have done Mikal Bridges.
I'm here for it.
On this still.
Gets in here, gets cut off by Cam Thomas, sees Royce O'Neal here. Spencer Dinwiddie is just not
hanging out.
Anything. Just
paid
completely
for courtside tickets.
Lost. Drew Holiday gets a wide open 3. Again, doesn't go in. However, offensive rebound. Tatum misses a layup. Luckily, Al Horford also there. Horford puts that back in.
Gonna get the boys their stats.
Sam, stop your camera and start it again. You're frozen. But that's exactly how the Celtics need to play offense. Get in the post on a mismatch. You're still frozen. It's really funny.
Am I back?
No, you're still frozen. Oh, man. But Jaylen Brown gets in a mismatch. Great entry pass, and that's been a theme in the last few times.
Still frozen, I guess.
Yeah, you're still frozen. Great entry pass. Been a theme in the last few games. I'm probably going to write about it eventually. Gets in a mismatch. Quick decision, quick pass. Passed around the 3-point line while the Nets are rotating. Open 3 for Drew Holiday. It was great. That possession is emblematic of the Celtics turning mismatch hunting into actual offense, right? And I wrote about it for Celtics blog after the Pacers game. Usually mismatch hunting is like saved for the playoffs. You're like, okay, we're in the playoffs. Let's take our best guy, put him against their worst defender, and we'll make offense from there. And it's not a reliable, or it's not consistently reliable because you can't find it consistently. The Celtics team is so good that they will always have mismatches on the floor.
Yes.
That's the way it is. And Joe Mazzulla said before the Pacers game, someone talked to something about it, about like finding the balance between ISO versus passing. And he goes, I showed a clip in film the other day where literally all 5 players on our team had a favorable matchup. What am I supposed to tell them? Don't attack it? Like literally every single player on the floor for the Celtics had a matchup that they liked. And when you have a team like that, and the possession that we just showed, you will always be able to find a guy on a matchup you like. In this case, it's often Cam Thomas because he's just not a great defender.
Sure.
And then from there, you're either going to draw help or get a bucket that or a shot attempt you're fine with. In the case of that, Mikal Bridges helped. Jaylen Brown made a quick read, pass it around, got a wide open shot. Every time you can do that every single possession. And that's how the Celtics have been playing offense. And guess what? They've put up 70 points in the first half for like 3 games in a row. Like it's active, like offense, easy.
They've not only had great scoring first halves, but they've also had very diverse scoring in terms of, wow, all 5 starters have like 15 plus points. It's happened a couple times. Let's just imagine a world, right? Let's say Cam Thomas plays on a different team, and his name is Damian Lillard.
Sure.
I mean, that's a true weakness that the Celtics can exploit against the Bucks. Like, Milwaukee's defense is 27th in the league as of when we did the pregame show. They were a team that looked not the best against a Knicks team that's whatever. I mean, the Celtics had to fight against the Knicks too. But Dame being a part of that team's makeup on the defensive side of the ball does not help. He's someone that over the last couple seasons hasn't been a tremendous defender. He's not going to get much better as he continues to age. The Celtics can continuously pick on Dame the way that teams picked on Kemba Walker when the Celtics were really a powerhouse, I guess if you want to call them that. They were a very good team in that 2020 bubble season. Yeah. And they fell apart because teams just picked at that scab, and they had no way to stop the bleeding once it started. So good luck to Milwaukee if they don't find a solution to this Dame thing. Because Brook Lopez isn't getting any younger. Giannis is in his prime.
Middleton's not getting healthier.
And Middleton is not getting healthier. And who's your fifth guy?
Malik Beasley. Last couple things from the game. Porzingis and Hauser, good defense today is what Sam put. Hauser's been really good. Like, genuinely, like, he's not making his shots always. He made one today, but defense has been good. Rebounding has been a big thing for Hauser. And then I disagree with you. I kind of like the Nets jerseys. I kind of like them. I kind of was a fan.
Bad.
I like them. I think the concept, like when you saw it on paper, is bad, but watching them in the jerseys, I enjoyed. I didn't like the.
What is? I don't get. Like, what's the point of those jerseys? Like
I tweeted. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it, but visually, don't hate it.
No, I think they look stupid, and I think the Nets overall need to change something. I kind of like the very minimalistic design of their jerseys. The black and white is kind of cool, but they just always like screw with it. I think the Nets could have sick jerseys if they just had the classic Nets design, like the lettering, the font of the New Jersey Nets, but they just kept it black and white. I think that would look kind of cool.
Yeah, I could buy it.
Could buy it. But yeah, man, I don't know. The Nets always have the weirdest alternate jerseys.
Yeah.
They had some good ones. I like the black and white, and also the red, white, and blue.
The blue,
like the old New York Knicks ones,
like the blue,
and New York Nets.
Yeah,
not the acid water. I mean, those ones are fine too, but the ones I'm talking about are like, you know how the Kings have the stripe.
Yes, no, I know. What
the Nets had those too, but they also had them in black and white. They were sick. Those are great jerseys. Just like do that.
Yeah.
Back to the white guy defense. Hauser. Couple big stops in this game. He had a couple big steals when the Celtics were kind of reeling. Good
they
for
were
him.
Attacking him. Cam Thomas tried to buy a ticket to Hauser Island, and Hauser said, "Port's closed. Sorry."
Yeah, he did a great job today. I've not been a fan of Hauser so far this season. He didn't make his threes today. Didn't take a whole lot, but he did hold his own on the defensive end for some of the very few turnovers the Celtics actually forced. So good for him, man. He was a big part of that fourth quarter, like, stabilization of everything that was going on for the Celtics.
Agree. Good win for the Celtics. Showed growth. I'm a fan. All right, next thing we have is Aaron Nesmith, who obviously this is a couple days old now, but we haven't recorded since these articles came out. Aaron Nesmith had a big game the game before the Celtics game, and he reposted a Bleacher Report tweet that was the SpongeBob holding like the paperclip on the rope, and it said, you know, what the Celtics had to give up to get Malcolm Brogdon.
Yes.
And Nesmith told, or this was from Jared Weiss of The Athletic, his article. He said, Nesmith said, as soon as the trade happened, I saw the tweet and I saved it immediately. I'm someone who takes things personally, and that helps make me better. It's what drives me to go to the gym at night. So the tweet is always on my mind for sure. Bobby Manning of CLNS and Celtics blog also wrote about it. Said, I do take things personally and it helps me. Oh, this is the same quote. But he said the other part of it was, sometimes I'm having a good day or something. I open up the photos and it's in there. It makes me want to go to the gym. When a legitimate source tweets it, it definitely holds more weight. More people see it. So yeah, good for Nesmith. I'm a big Nesmith fan.
Nesmith has had a pretty solid statistical season if you look at his averages. 12 points, just under 5 rebounds, 52.4% from the field, 38.5 from 3, good efficiency. But if you look at his game by game, it's either really good or just mediocre to bad. So he needs to kind of get it together to be consistent. You had 13 points in the opener, then you had 9 points, 5 points, 26 points against Cleveland, that one you were talking about. And then 7. Oh, I'm sorry. This is reverse order. So 7 points in the opener, then the 26-point outburst, then 5, then 9, then 13. He's been okay. I want to see him really start to find a real rhythm, though, because I do think Nesmith is a good player. I think he plays hard. I think he plays right. And I think he's bound to be a good role player for somebody.
Sure.
I hope it's the Pacers. I like the Pacers. I have no reason to dislike the Pacers. I think Halliburton's one of the most exciting players to watch. I love a pass first or a passing guard that can
He
really
got clamped today.
Teammates.
You see what happened today?
He got clamped? I thought he played really well.
He did. Last play of the game, though, got clamped, ball stolen on his potential game winner.
Oh, no.
You know
who they play?
By? The Hornets.
Oh, Hornets have a couple wins.
LaMelo Ball clamped him. Stole the ball. Said,
good for LaMelo.
Yeah.
LaMelo LaFrance Ball. Got to respect him.
Mm-hmm.
Have to be a LaMelo
Did you see
guy.
You see the video of the Jays going, like the promotional thing? This
was a good edit.
It was, but both Nesmith, come on, guys. That's so fucked up.
He played good defense. He wasn't like getting killed, I don't think. I think they just made tough shots.
It was fine. All right. Let's check out the emails. Obviously, what's popping
here?
Sponsored by InPub. You got something? What do you mean? Here?
I was gonna pull it up while you did the emails.
Oh, I already got it. Don't you worry about it. I'm ready to rumble. But
you know what's great about this background? Credit to Jack. It works both layouts. Both our full screen layout and our share screen layout.
No, to some degree. It's not as clean, but I'll tell you, right? Is it? Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah. Not as clean. Anyways, thank y'all. Screenshot in the email. But again, comment or send us an email with what's poppin' in the front for a chance to enter to win a $10 gift card to Incognito. So shout out Incognito.
Great product.
Very good. All right.
I can't say enough good things about it. All right, let's read the emails.
RJ, bug meat windshield. This was the blowout we expected in DC. This was about the Pacers game. Evening, guys. Tonight was the most workmanlike blowouts I've seen since the 80s. Celtics were roasting teams. Not showing off, not making lucky bounce shots, just playing defense and run the offense. Turn the crank and you get a 50-point drubbing. Even the bench showed up in the fourth quarter because to outscore the starters in their first quarter, 46-44. And if you will, allow me a moment to boast about my prediction. Tonight is the night the bench gets big points. You ready here first? He did call it. Shout out to RJ. Starters 92, bench 63. I also called Sam Hauser making his first 4 3-pointers in the chat comments, but that one didn't make the screen. I think I'll buy a lottery ticket, maybe. I talked about the one band, one sound idea in a previous email. I think tonight was the first real display. Everyone took the floor, played basketball for the full 48 minutes, and it was beautiful. Let's all enjoy the ride. I think we're in for a very special season. Let's all enjoy the ride. I agree.
Celtics I'm in. On pace not to lose a game.
Also sent us the email answers finally. Squad A was 86 Celtics. This year was after 3 games, and Squad C was the 76 championships. So thank you, RJ.
We would have never gotten that, RJ. I don't know.
Philip sends an email, pace and space. Fellas, happy weekend. Hope Sam is feeling better, but still sick enough not to work.
Respect.
It's line.
Thank you.
I have a hot take. Given how early we are in the season, the starting lineup has better floor spacing than any Celtics team ever. Part of it is that the game has changed. Of course, we have 5 shooters, but I give credit to Joe, who's emphasizing pace and pull-up jumpers. Both further help to prevent defenses from slacking off their guy or helping off a player. Related, all Celtics rosters I can recall had either non-scorers or post-running players. Makes me think we're watching the best spacing team we've ever seen on the parquet. What do you guys think? Will this continue the regular season, the playoffs? I think it could be. Genuinely. There is not a single player who touches the court for the Celtics who can't shoot. Luke Kornet doesn't shoot, but he can shoot if he really needs to. But the starting lineup in the top 6 especially are all not just can shoot. They're all very good they're good shooters. It's not like they have a lineup full of guys who, this guy can shoot. Maybe it's not like the Sixers. PJ Tucker can shoot. He's not great at it, but he has been a good shooter in the past, but teams live with it because he's not a great shooter anymore. You cannot live with anybody in the Celtics taking open threes. You just can't. And so
guys that don't really play.
What do you mean?
Lamar Stevens, O'Shea Brissett, those guys.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking anybody who will be in the closing or starting lineup.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, listen. Celtics kind of rule. They've
Shea
looked
made a
great.
three
The
tonight
ball.
too.
He did. I was excited. Yeah, his stroke looked pretty good on that shot too. I thought of you.
And then he took like 3 more, and they were all not close.
I think it was like a negative 13, 14 the box score. Unfortunately,
That's all right. We
I like O'Shea.
talk about that.
But back to the spacing. I'm kind of interested in Phil's point about the pace and what that does to the defense, because I hadn't thought of it like that. What I was thinking, I'm like, oh, why is Sam Hauser shooting the ball this early in the shot clock? Why are they just settling for pull-up threes? But maybe if you look at it this way, they're not settling. Maybe they're really trying to keep the defenses honest, which in theory is a pretty good idea, but I still prefer that they work and work and work and work until they get the best look they can get.
And
Or
also
at least a better
theoretically,
look than that.
The faster you play, the more shots you get in a game. And with how good the Celtics defense has been, not a terrible strategy. That's half joke though. But yeah, no, they've been good. Celtics have been really good. I'm enjoying this.
You know my favorite play of the game tonight? The 2-for-1 that Jalen airballed.
Okay.
Because they were like 2-for-1.
Mine was Porzingis pulling up from the fucking logo.
He made it. I was watching with all my friends, and I was like, "Did you guys see that? Like, he shot from the logo. He's 7'4".
Crazy." Another email from Philip. Jersey and court, fellas. Obviously, when you look at Pete Holmes' work, the Nike stuff. Oh yes, Pete Rogers. The Nike stuff leaves a lot to be desired. Also, in the midseason tournament is clearly a cash grab. So it is easy to dislike the uniforms in the new court. However, when I saw the actual release of the new City Edition jersey, I had a change of heart. Here are my reasons. First, the actual colors are always better than the leaked digital images. True. From experience ordering branded products for a company, the digital files look more obnoxious with saturation. Then the physical swag doesn't real lighting. It was true yet again with the uniforms this year, and I would assume the same for the new courts, looking better in reality than on the monitor or in a digital format. There's a line there. Some of the courts are just bad in general, but I think the Celtics could be all right. Second, I thought the explanation of the jersey was pretty cool. The font heralds back to 1891, and the wood on the side is supposed to be the wood of a peach basket in reference to the region's woodworking. I like that because only a handful of teams can represent a lineage that long, and no team can make a connection to the game's origin except us. Sorry, Lakers. Not sorry. Lastly, I can see how well the uniform is going to fit with the new court. Hear me out. The new court has the same font as the new jersey and the same colors, but the colors are in contrast as the court's mostly green. Some wood trim with very little white. While the uniform is mostly white with some green, some wood trim, I think the players are really going to pop on the new court, effectively making both look better than they would individually, as they would contrast our other Kelly Green stuff. So are you still fully out on this year's jersey court, or could you be swayed by their synergy? I'm going to go first because I know Sam's going to be a loser.
Go ahead.
I don't actually hate it. I'd never truly hated it. I think the court gimmick thing is kind of lame, and I think a lot of the courts are bad. I think the Celtics court will probably look fine. I think it'll all look good. I think it's whack as hell. It's just not parquet. Like if it was parquet with the painted stuff on, it'd be fine. The lack of parquet is whack. But overall, I think the jerseys look fine. I kind of like the Boston arch. I like the font. I think the branding is cool. It's just the designs, the exterior could have been executed a little better. But I'm not actually completely out on it. But I'll let Sam be it.
Yeah, I don't really I just don't like the white alternates. I don't think you need a white alternate with the Celtics. I just think you have the best white jersey ever. You have the best home uniform ever. Just wear it. And I hate when they wear the whites on the road. They did it in Brooklyn tonight. It looked terrible. But as a uniform itself, it's not the worst thing ever. It's not. It's not the banner jersey. The banner jersey was terrible. It's not the Earth Day jerseys, which came in the same season. Those were also terrible.
Honestly, I'd like to see them be more creative. If anything, I'm in on getting creative and doing something fun,
but also make it make sense. Don't just do don't do something that you need to be hey, look at this very small detail. Get it? Like the Bucks did.
Yeah. Example: the concept of the parquet jerseys they did good.
The gray ones,
having it be gray, horrible,
bad,
terrible. But the concept of that good, just executed horrendously.
Yeah,
so
no, I agree.
think something like that, the concept of having a banner on a jersey because you have banners, cool. Execution, awful.
Bad.
You've got to find a way. Pete Rogers, just sign him.
That's the thing. You literally have this guy busting his ass every game, putting out jerseys to kind of bring this full circle to the beginning of Phil's email.
If they made those main jerseys, bro. If they made those main jerseys, sales. You know what I'm saying?
So jerseys, I think every team should have a Pete Rogers. Is my take on the city jerseys. If you really want to make it about the region, the team, the fan base, which they claim to do, like we want to really make it about the culture and history around each team, bring in a guy that does stuff like Pete Rogers. Pete Rogers is creative as hell and has a bunch of ideas every single time the Celtics win, which is like every day now. So the man is putting in the work. With the court, I think the parquet aspect of this is very important. Something you mentioned. I think the green on this court sucks. I know it matches the jersey. It sucks. I just don't like that they look like they're running with Milwaukee Bucks stuff. I don't like it. And this isn't even about the jersey. This is really court-based. I thought Milwaukee's court on Friday night when they played the Knicks looked kind of cool. You know why? Because it was primarily a regular wood-looking court, and then it had a color stripe down the middle. And if that was the design, I could probably live with it. But with the Celtics, I think they just kind of missed it. I think they could have did parquet in some way. If they made the strip parquet, I think it would look kind of cool. I also kind of wish they did not this green. They did more of the annoying green it used to be in the old Garden. I think that could have been cool.
I'm going to reserve my judgment until I see it. For real.
I saw it. You saw the video on Twitter of it. Did you not?
Maybe I did, but I don't remember. I want to see it. I want to see it with the jersey and stuff. I'm generally either indifferent or like something. Like I rarely dislike something enough to have a strong opinion. So it's fine. Whatever. All right. Next email, RJ. The Celtics real secret sauce. Afternoon, guys. I hope you're feeling better, Sam. Otherwise, Jack will have to fit you with Duke's cone of shame.
I wouldn't mind.
I like that Coach Mazzulla treated the fourth quarter of the Pacers game as a coachable moment, and he gave the bench guys focus coaching after the Wizards game. If everyone's going to contribute, everyone needs to be coached up to their potential, both as individuals and as a squad. While that's good, what will make this team great is that Pritchard, Hauser, Kornet, and the rest are going against the starting six in practices, learning how to defend and score against 5 All-Stars in Player 101. They're going to get better and more fearless as the year progresses. My hope is that one game this year, the bench guys start the game as a unit, and the usual 5 comes off the bench. I hate to say it's not going to happen. In the same spirit as Larry Bird's left-handed game against Portland, because they're all good enough to want the extra challenge. Ratless, the Pacers, Cup Court, even Boise State Smurf Turf. Wasn't that eye-searing?
Should we pull up the meme? The one I sent you in the DM?
Oh, yeah. The Pacers one is bad. Pacers one is real bad.
Yeah, I was on Reddit today and I saw a post about this. I immediately sent it to Jack. Jack got a nice kick out of it.
Yeah.
What's going on? Kramer, what's going on in there? It's in-season tournament, Jerry. It's just the crazy blue light from the Kenny Rogers chicken episode, except the lead is, oh my gosh, the light is red in the episode, and it keeps Kramer up all night.
Yeah,
bad, dude. It's
bad.
11:47.
Silly question time from RJ. Morning, Sam. Yeah. Morning, Jack. In honor of the silly courts, have some silly questions. Do you think the White family will name their newborn after Marcus, Rob, Malcolm, or Luke, regardless of gender? No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Do the alternate courts would look better in NBA Jam? What secret pairings would you want to see for this year's Celtics under a cheat code? As in, which pairing would be the best? Low-key, Tatum Porzingis would be the best NBA Jam, I think.
Yeah, probably, because you could play Tatum as a point guard pretty much and just have Porzingis super tall and can shoot and dunk and block shots.
I think that's the wave. Maybe Derek White. A genie gives you the wish of one NBA player's talent. Would you rather have Jokic's passing, Steph's range, Rob shot blocking, or someone else signature skill? Happy Saturday, RJ. Steph shooting, I think is the easiest answer here. That's my go-to here.
I think I would want like Rob's athleticism. I want somebody's athleticism. I want to be like able to be like just like a force.
You can
think about this quite often.
You can be super athletic and not be in the league. If you shoot like Steph Curry, you're going to be in the league. That's my thought process.
That's not true. If I give you Steph Curry's shot, you can't play defense still.
Yeah, neither can fucking Trae Young or Seth Curry or JJ Redick or I can learn how to be not like the absolute worst by playing.
I also think I would like to dribble the ball.
Nah,
I'm just thinking of things I can't do. Like I'm not Steph Curry, but I can shoot the ball pretty comfortably.
Duncan Robinson made $90 million fucking dollars. Give me Steph shot. Easy.
The world has changed, or not the world. The league has changed a lot in 3 years.
Doesn't matter. Shooters still get money. Athletic guys don't often always get money.
I think I'd want to be able to dribble.
Nah, I want the shot. Fucking.
Well, I'm not trying to make the league. I'm trying to be good at pickup or in men's league.
I'm still taking the shot. Give me that shit. Woo. I'm pulling. It's fucking
You'd
that
be like
one
the
game
least
I
fun
had.
guy ever to watch.
I just be Proc. That's all he does. It's the same shit.
Proc will be in Vegas. Quick tidbit for people that nobody will know about this.
With us?
He's not coming with us, but he's going to be there at the same time.
Sick.
Yeah.
I like Proc. Good guy. All right, last email. Nets halftime email. Ooh, quick hits at the half. Celtics look like last year's squad. Quick lead, then lost at the end of the quarter. Finished strong, which is good. Starters still seem to diss the bench. Pritchard and Hazard spent their first 3 minutes being spectators on offense. Still up by 12 at the half is okay. Be well.
Well,
all these things turned
past
out pretty well for the
RJ.
Celtics.
Wait till you see the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, but it all turned out okay, though. It all turned out okay. All right. Thank you to all our emailers. We appreciate you very much, per usual.
Comment, email, what's poppin' to get entered into the contest for the $10 gift card. You'll be able to get yourself 1 bag of popcorn, I think, at least. Bunch of flavors.
$10 gift card.
Cannot go wrong. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy it. You can slam back popcorn if we ever get to do playback again because blackouts on NBA League.
Yes, sir. Leave a comment or an email led by what's poppin'. Throw it somewhere in there. You'll be automatically entered. Anyways, let's move on to the NBA part of the show. And we can start. This dude, Victor Wembanyama, is disgusting. Like, genuinely, Victor Wembanyama might be in line to be one of the best players in the NBA very, very soon. Like, what do you do to stop him? Like, how do you stop Victor Wembanyama? Genuinely, pray, hope.
I'm interested to see him go against Porzingis. Not to be like completely Celtics like glasses on, but they're similar in size. Like Porzingis is somebody that probably can at least mentally take on the hey, this guy can do all this and he's my size kind of thing.
Though he's going to dribble right around him.
The craziest thing about Wemby is how much of a threat he is as a roll man because he does not have to jump to catch these lob over lead passes, whatever you want to call them. And he's able to more quickly make decisions as the roll man because he's not coming down from a jump.
You know what's crazy? So first, Zach Lowe was explaining it, and he said he described Wemby as a packed city, like a dense city, in the sense that when you don't have more room to build out, you build up. And when you don't have spacing this way, your spacing is up.
Yes.
Porzingis is 7'3". Wemby's probably like 7'5", around roughly.
Sure.
Porzingis wingspan 7'6". Wemby has a 6-inch reach advantage on Kristaps Porzingis.
They should
8-foot wingspan, dude. You say like, oh, he'll be able to contest. He's still gonna shoot over Porzingis. Like he's still gonna shoot right over him. That's nuts.
They should do a 1-on-1.
I mean, did you watch either of the Suns Spurs games?
I watched the second one where he popped off. I made sure I went back and looked at him playing well, and I'm telling you, man. You saw everything from Wemby in that game. You saw him as I don't need the ball guy. I'm going to just be the roll man in the pick and roll and dominate that way. Again, for the same reason. He doesn't have to jump. He's taller than everyone, and guards can easily find him in that spot.
I mean, he's just grabbing offensive rebounds and just like flicking it back up. Like it doesn't matter.
Yes, and then you also saw Wemby in the fourth quarter when Phoenix cut San Antonio's lead down from 20 to basically tie the game, take over, and create shots for himself to help ice the game. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You got to see the complete package, why everyone was hyping this guy up all through the winter last year, being like, tank, tank, tank. What, 5 games into the season? You've seen, 38 points. Okay. The man has arrived.
Nasty.
Now, I don't know if the Spurs played today. Admittedly, not a big fan of the rest of the league all the time, but I do pay attention. Curious to see if he's able to really continue to keep building on things and just be like, I'm going to be consistent around 20 points per game. I'm going to make the Spurs competitive. Spurs have a winning record through the first 4 games, right? 5 games,
2 wins against the Suns, too. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the Suns
they did not play today.
Out of nowhere.
They play tomorrow. But, yeah.
Who they have?
The Raptors.
Should be a win.
Yeah, fun to see Wemby go. But let's no coughing on stream. Let's take a look around the league and check in with the standings. So Celtics are obviously the last undefeated team in the NBA. at 5-0 now. Behind them, Sixers at 4-1, really good, and it's because Tyrese Maxey's averaging 27 points a night and shooting 50% from three. Yeah, Sixers are probably just going to be good, which is kind of annoying. But Hawks also 4-2, Magic 4-2, Bucks 3-2, and everybody else is 500 and below, including the Cavs at 2-4, the Heat at 2-4, the Knicks at 2-4. Not a good look for those teams who should probably be playoff squads.
Well, the Knicks were very close yesterday to sending the Bucks crashing down to 500 or 2-4. I don't remember what it was at the time.
Would have been 2-4 if they lost. Yeah.
Yeah. And tell you whose fault it was is none other than Julius Randle, who was absolutely garbage in the clutch. Meanwhile, his teammate Jalen Brunson having a monster game. What do you have? 43, 45 points or something like that?
Yeah.
In Milwaukee for that play-in in-season tournament game. And Randall's like, it's my turn.
45.
Yeah. Fumbles around, ends up losing the game, doesn't get back on defense after Brunson misses a tough look, and Dame ends up getting the and one.
Trivia, what tour date did Julius Randle shoot from the field?
Oh, that's a good question.
Give me a tour date. Give me a month and a day.
June 22nd.
What would that be?
6 of 22.
Really close. May 20th.
May 20th.
5 of 20. That's the tour date to this one.
I truly just don't know how Knicks fans
can
watch this team and be like, this is a guy that's supposed to help us win.
Including a clean January 9th from 3. Big time. Never want to see January. Never want to see.
No. You should not be going on tour in January, dude. If you're trying to do stadiums, it's cold out.
You gotta at least be an August guy. And if you're not an August guy, tough.
That man is just not a winning player, bro. He's just not. I'm so happy. Like, this has been the first guy I've really trashed. Not to say like everyone's like Zach LaVine's a winning player, but like people are starting to come around and be like, this guy might not be good. And I was like, I tried to tell you, bad player. Yet he's made 2 All-NBA teams. I don't get it. Because it kind of had no other option. Because guys missed games and like KD was hurt, LeBron was hurt, Anthony Davis missed time. Like all of these things fell into place for him to wind up in an All-NBA team. Unbelievable stuff.
Bucks would have been 2-3 if they lost, by the way. My bad.
Okay.
Looking around the rest of the league, Nuggets 6-1, Warriors 5-1, Mavs 4-1, Pelicans 4-2, Clippers, Timberwolves, Spurs all 3-2. Everyone else 500 and below, including the 2-4 Suns and the 0-6 Grizzlies.
Yeah, tough for the boy Marcus. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Still have the jersey hanging up and back out of respect.
Very tough.
Warriors
though. These have been fine. I'm surprised at the Warriors. They just look really good. Like they just look really fucking good. And the best part is they're 4-0 away. 4-0 on the road. I think they won like 10 total road games last year.
9
total road games.
They were 9-30.
11 and 30 last year on the road.
Yep. I'm an idiot.
4-0 already. Like
they were garbage on the road last year, though. So bad. It was the reason why their whole season went off the rails. Well, not really the whole reason. It was a result of the Draymond thing, where they just weren't able to get it together, and it carried over into the playoffs. It was the reason they weren't a top seed where they were home court. And oddly enough, they did win Game 7 and Game 5 in Sacramento. But I mean, they really, really struggled on the road last year, and it was crazy. And now they're back, I guess.
Chris Paul looks really good with them.
Yep.
Give him his credit. Any other teams around the league that look interesting? I can pull up. Let me pull up players' traditional stats on NBA.com.
Well, you do that. In-season tournament tipped off yesterday.
Yeah.
First games ever.
Yeah.
Of course, we talked about Milwaukee almost losing to the Knicks. You had Denver looking absolutely possessed against Dallas, who was undefeated at the time.
They're just good. Like Denver's just like we're on a Boston to Denver like crash course right now, genuinely.
Which is kind of not as fun. I mean, it's fun, but it's not fun.
What do you mean not as fun?
I don't know. I'd rather like get like a big like another Warriors rematch or play the Lakers.
Nah.
Denver, I don't really want the Lakers to even have the chance.
Do you want my honest opinion? I think we're going to see Denver, Boston more than once over the next 5 years.
Oh, we're gonna have to hate Jokic.
I don't even know if it's going to be hate Jokic. It's just going to be fuck this guy, man. Like, what the hell? He's like, it's not going to be out of
like
vitriol.
a lot of these guys on the Nuggets, though. Like, I don't want to have to start hating Mike Malone.
Well, I'm not going to hate him. It's just going to be like a damn.
You
like
might have to.
Nah. I mean,
why don't
maybe
you let
can.
me
I'm
handle
not
the hating and
Okay,
telling you
sure.
who you should hate?
Well, then don't tell me what to do. You can handle the hating. Then maybe you think of that. Yeah.
I would hate to hate Mike Malone, though. He's so fire.
Agree.
You saw the thing of opening night, all the Nuggets fans saying, "Who's your daddy?" The Lakers, and Jamal Murray's like, "This is all your fault," and he's just laughing.
Yeah,
he's just going back and forth with them.
Looking at points per game, Luka is leading the league at roughly 34. Mitchell, Luka, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, all averaging 30 plus a night. For their respective teams. Most field goal attempts per game is De'Aaron Fox at 23-3. Jason Tatum is 10th down there. Desmond Bane attempting a lot of shots this year, as is Tyler Hero, who's averaging a very efficient 26 points, 45 splits. Honestly, usually like to hate Hero. Good for him. After all the shit he went through the summer, like good for him that he's playing well. I don't even care.
He's on a big prove it move for him.
Respect.
After being almost traded or reportedly wanted to be part of all these deals, according to Pat Riley. Like, they want to get rid of him, essentially.
Yeah,
and Pat Riley was like, actually, no, we didn't want to trade him.
Most threes a game, it's just Steph. Shocker. I'm just looking at all the major stats. Most rebounds a game is Domantas Sabonis at 14-2 right now. DeAndre Ayton's second. No real interesting names except for Jalen Duren at 8th at 11-6. He's also second in the league in offensive rebounding. Mitchell Robinson's grabbing 6 offensive rebounds a game. That's kind of fucking crazy through 6 games. Like, that's a crazy pace. Assists right now is Tyrese Halliburton at 12.4 a game. He's averaging 24 and 12 while shooting roughly 50-40. He's special. Like, he's nasty. Devin Booker also averaging 10 assists tonight, but he only played 2 games. Trae Young also averaging 10 assists. Trae Young, though, shooting 35% from the field and 28% from deep. Not exactly great. Hawks are 4-2, though. So,
yeah,
sure. Why not?
John Collins was the problem.
Yeah. Fuck it. Most turnovers per game. Cade Cunningham at 5.5 a game. Steals is Marcus Smart at 2.8. Wouldn't have it any other fucking way. Blocks is Anthony Davis at 3.7 through 6 games.
That's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Crazy.
I can't lie to you. That's kind of nuts. Wembanyama in at 2.2, getting in there. So good for him. I'm trying to find the first Celtic on this list. It is Kristaps at 1.8, and then Derek White's at 1.3 right now. So good for him. Personal fouls a game. Jaden McDaniel, he's only played in 3 games, but he's averaging 4.3 personal fouls a game. Sure. Good for you, brother. Minutes per game. Anthony Davis is averaging 38.8 minutes a game. Respect. There you go.
Respect,
Rock
but
'em up.
also, like a little bit of, a guy that's not so durable, leading the league in minutes in the first 6 games or however many games
You
Lakers
can't
have
have it
played.
both ways. You can't.
No. Listen. I'm not saying that they should not be playing him or he shouldn't want to play minutes. I'm saying keep your eyes peeled for him to all of a sudden get hurt.
Sure. I got you. All right. Free throws. Giannis is getting 10.4. Giannis and Dame are 1-2 in the league in free throws. That's disgusting.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Hate it. Luckily, Giannis is shooting 61.5%. So
First Celtic, how many does Tatum have per game?
Ooh,
or is it Porzingis?
It is Porzingis at 5.6 and Tatum at 5.2.
Refs don't love the Celtics quite like they like Milwaukee.
Clearly.
How the hell is Dame getting so many free throws?
I was watching that Knicks game last night. He's just fucking flailing. Honestly, he's
getting a lot of. It feels like he's getting a lot of 3-point foul calls.
I don't have
seen a couple.
Who is shooting the worst from the field while attempting at least 10 shots a night? Would you like to try to tell me?
Player
taking at least 10. Like, of all players taking at least 10 shots, who is shooting the worst from the field this year?
Is this going to surprise me?
No.
Is it Julius Randle?
When I asked you this question, I didn't know who it was. But yes, it is Julius Randle. This wasn't a bit. This was just a fun thing I was going to do. Julius Randle is shooting 27.1%. He's 4.3 makes for every 16 shots.
Guy's just a bad player. He's just not a winning player. He's not.
That's special.
The next tape or the next film room guys asked me to do their show this upcoming week, and I can't do it, but I will be there. And I would love to talk about Julius Randle with them. I could not wait because I just want to be like, just have like just this guy sucks circle with them because I know they agree.
Worst 3-point shooter among those who have taken at least 3 per game, I should say. I'll give you the number. Someone's shooting 4.8%.
So it's not Pritchard.
No. They are currently on the season. Pritchard doesn't qualify, I don't think. Somebody's shooting 1 of 21 for 3 on the season.
Is it Scoot?
It's Chris Paul. Chris Paul's
no.
Very tough. Very tough. And then last thing we'll do here. Who leads the league in plus minus?
It has to be a Celtic.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Tatum?
Yeah, and it's not close. 94 for Tatum, 87 for Paul George, 86 for Jokic. Next most is 80, and then it just drops.
Paul George being there is kind of impressive. You think there would be more Celtics on this list because of those 2 blowout wins against both, Indiana and Washington.
You get down into it. The Celtics have like 5 in the top 12, so it's fine. But all right, let's talk about this Warriors Thunder controversy.
I have not seen this. You're gonna have to educate me.
Okay,
sir.
Good. I also forgot to give the timestamp for when we started looking around the league, so tough.
Good luck.
The Warriors Thunder game was very good. It was a very good game.
So I've heard.
It came down to the last second. Steph hit a game-winning, I believe it was a floater. However, there's a lot of drama on Twitter because there was no goaltending called. And it was very close. I've watched this multiple times. And not only was there no goaltending, they turned this, I believe, and they called it a basket. This was challenged in the moment. Overturned and called a Draymond Green field goal. Like it was given to Draymond Green.
Draymond clutching up.
Yeah. But I'm going to show you this, and then I'll show you that we'll watch the replays and all of it. But yeah, here we go. So this is the final play of the game. It's a tie game at this point. And this is the play. As it just fucking lags all over.
I was going to say.
Here we go. Right? So in the moment, you're like, okay, Draymond doesn't even touch that. It's fine.
But he hit the net.
He did.
Somebody hit the net.
Giddey also hit the net. They both hit the net. Right? They both hit the net. So technically you called on both of them.
Also, by the way, white jerseys look bad on the road. Just had to say it.
Draymond. This is why people are mad.
Okay.
So
Draymond.
As you watch Draymond jumping up for it, watch this hand on the ball. Fingers on the ball. You see?
That does not look like it's up that high. It looks it's on Giddey's shoulder. Oh, that.
Yeah, that's the one. The second hand coming through. Right. Bang. Adjusts it. Goes back. Close call.
Do we have another angle again of this? Okay, yes.
So here you go. It's not this hand. That's the problem. Giddey does touch the net, so that's a problem. Draymond touches the rim.
He definitely hits the ball.
Here it is. And the hand coming in and touches the ball a little bit.
But if you want to...
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. This is explaining here.
Giddey is pulling the net. After review, the basket interference call on the court has been overturned. It's a successful basket.
So
they
on.
called it basket interference on the court. Then they overturned it and said it didn't matter.
So the initial call was Draymond did goaltend.
Yeah, basket interference.
And they overturned that call. Now they did not say they overturned the call because Giddey touched the net.
No.
Kind of.
Let me look at the 2-minute report. Let me go
because if I had to do NBA PEMDAS on the rule, I would say Josh Giddey grabbed the net before Draymond touched the ball. So
Mhm.
technically, the play should be dead by the time Draymond touches the ball in the basket is good. But I don't know if
So-
that's what the officials said.
Last 2-minute report. After communicating with the replay center, the ruling on the floor of offensive basket interference was overturned. There is clear and conclusive evidence that Green does not touch the ball, and although he makes contact with the rim, contacting the rim standing alone does not violate the rule. In order for contact with the rim to constitute offensive
to pull
basket
the rim.
interference with the ball, when the ball is not in the net, it A, must occur when the ball is sitting or rolling on the rim and using the rim as its lower base, B, cause the ball to take an unnatural bounce, or C, move the rim off center. None of those conditions are satisfied, so there's no basket interference. I disagree. I think a couple of those were satisfied by what Draymond did. I think
It looked like he hit the ball.
I think 1, he hit the ball, and 2, I think he touched the rim while it was sitting or rolling on the rim. And I also think he caused it to take an unnatural bounce. Watch this. Ready? And sorry that this is taking up time, but like I thought this was interesting. So you watch this. Ready? Tell me he doesn't touch the rim when the ball is on the rim.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe he doesn't. But doesn't his first hand? I think his first hand does. Well,
From the
rim.
top angle, it looks like he taps the ball.
I agree.
This angle we're looking at right now, it looks like he taps the ball.
It's not playing. I don't know. I thought it was weird. I'll put it this way: if I was an OKC fan, I'd be mad. Like I would be angry that something wasn't called, or that it was called and then overturned, because I think the important thing here is, in order to overturn something, it has to be clear and conclusive. And calling that clear and conclusive is some bullshit, because that's not clear and conclusive. Anyways, last thing before we move on to the rat list is Sam's favorite player in the league, Zach LaVine. Because remember when we talked about how there were rumblings that, the Bulls or the Sixers might want to get in on the LaVine action.
Yeah.
Source from Joe Cowley of the Chicago Sun-Times. According to a source close to the situation, the Bulls have no intention of trading LaVine anytime soon, and even if that changes, a big if, it's unlikely the 76ers fit the profile of what the Bulls would be looking for in return. The Bulls are unserious. Like, the Bulls, like,
oh man,
King of the Fourth Quarter, the YouTuber.
Yeah,
he just tweeted out. He said, "I need LaVine or DeRozan to request a trade now." Like, they're done. Bulls fans are done. The Bulls are bad. Like, it's bad. They just lost by 22 to the Nuggets tonight.
Game they were winning at half.
Yeah, the Bulls were up by 2 at half, and then they lost third quarter, fourth quarter. 21-35, 27-37.
I would love to know, like, if you like had even an off the record conversation with the Bulls, like, front office. What do you guys like? What's your best case scenario? Like, what do you think is going to happen with this current group? Because there is no answer where it's like, well, maybe like they could do something. It's like, no, like this team sucks.
Best part, I was doing research for an article yesterday. The Bulls starters this season are shooting 27.3% from three.
That's pretty good. That's better than us.
That's crazy. Celtics starters are shooting 44.6%, by the way.
Yeah.
Second in the league behind the Clippers. That's next level awful. And they're like, how? They're shooting 41% from the field and 27% from three. They're starters. The Bulls fans are down bad. That's all I got. Sorry, Bulls fans.
I would not want to be a Bulls fan.
Not at all. But that is the perfect.
Like, nobody really wants these players that bad. Like, I don't really know what you're going to get. Like, there isn't going to be that great of a return, I don't think, for LaVine or DeRozan. Sure, you can like make the pitch that they would be a shiny, interesting piece to a real contending team, but what real contending team is going to want to give up any piece of their contending core to get those guys? I just don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
LaVine, you can make an okay case for, but then you're like, well, he makes this much money. And it's like, don't want to pay that.
Yeah, the Bulls stink. Anyways, let's move into the rat list here. And I'll let you kick it off unless you want me to. Oh, man.
How many things you got?
I have no idea. I'm just kind of riffing.
Good.
I can redo my thing from the pregame show. All you fucking commenters, you guys are morons.
You
most
should
of you.
close with this. You could have closed with this.
No, I don't care because I want the most people for audience retention purposes to hear this.
Okay, great. Great.
Over the last few days, we've had so many people comment some of the most brain dead shit. And I'm a pretty chill guy.
Yes.
The amount of comments on our Daniel Tice video, you can't combine TPE with salaries. We didn't fucking say you could. You don't listen. You don't listen to the video and comprehend what you got to use your critical listening skills. Did you do phonics in like second grade? Did you fucking listen to the teacher? Like, what are we doing? We said trade for somebody using the TPE, wait 60 days to trade them again to aggregate them with their salary, then trade the player that's making $6 million with 2 other minimum players. Legal. Did not say combine the TPE with players. Not legal. So, like, listen. Holy shit. And then
Jack gets ridiculed daily, and he doesn't get mad.
The people saying, why are you going to trade Peyton Pritchard? We didn't say they should trade Peyton Pritchard. Again, just because his face is on the screen doesn't mean we suggest. You saw Tatum's face on the screen. Did we suggest trading him for fucking Tice? No. Listen to the video. Morons. And then again today, dude commenting about our fucking our copyright screen on the videos. He goes, I thought you guys were sanctioned by the Celtics and this wasn't, it's not even worth it. Then fucking leave. Like, no one asked you to like express your displeasure. If you have actual like criticism, you have actual like, you can disagree with our opinions. Let us know. Perfect. Fine. I've disagreed with ILL in the past about Derek White and stuff. And we've had like haha funny banter. Good. You commenting this was genuinely like made me upset. Like that this was like another member of the human race. Oh my god. How is this like, how are you a human? Like, I need to read this. Copyrighted material, really? Nothing like screaming from the rooftops. We're not sanctioned by the Boston Celtics. Sorry, but you were better off without the videos since I wondered whether you were or not until I saw your really oppressive watermark. LOL. Goodbye. Now, let me ask you this. When you go to the grocery store and you're buying a t-shirt, let's say, and you see a t-shirt.
Where I get all my t-shirts.
Exactly. But say you're a big Nike guy. Say Target's not sanctioned by, well, say you are. Say you're a Nike guy. Target's not sanctioned by Nike.
Sure.
This is like going up to the person at the cash register and saying, wow, until I came here and saw this, I thought you were sanctioned by Nike. Just because you thought something stupid doesn't mean that the people who were doing other things were wrong. You thinking that everybody with Celtics in their name or covering a basketball team is sanctioned by the team, you're dumb as shit. And I'm being mean now, but it really made me angry this morning. Because like my least favorite part of people in the comments is them thinking they're better than you. That's my biggest pet peeve in life. People thinking they're like talking to you like you're a child. It makes me want to like pull my hair out. Like, it gets me so riled up. So this dude coming in and saying, wow, not even fucking worth. I don't fuck off. Like, go the fuck away. Like, you know what? We're going to do this. Hold on. Can you take Matt off the screen, please?
Yeah. Let me do that.
Let's see.
See.
Let me know when he's off.
He's off.
Let's take a look here. How do we get in here? Oh, this is him. Can I, let's see. Hide user from channel. Look at that. See you later, buddy. Best part about YouTube comments, he'll never know he's banned. He's going to keep commenting. We're just never going to see it.
Well, he might know he's banned because you just did it on camera. It was like
good. And, okay. Viral nugget. Respond. Comment your response.
Okay.
Comment your response.
My
that
favorite
made me
aspect of all of
irrationally mad this morning.
Yes, Jack being irrationally mad at people like telling him he doesn't know ball, but they can be like, "You're disgusting. Stop sneezing. Stop wiping your nose. Stop coughing. Stop clearing your throat. You're fat. You need to lose weight so you don't have a bunch of shit in your throat anymore." He doesn't care, but tell him he does not know ball, and he will rant about you for 5 to 7 minutes of the podcast and block you on air.
Also,
I will
also say, I love all of our commenters except for like a select few, and so I love you all. And I need you to know that because I'm usually very calm but that made me very mad today. And so I thought you would appreciate me getting angry on the internet. People like Angry Jack. It's
They do.
something.
I
So,
like it. I'm all
there you
for it. So I guess I will start off with a softer rat list. This is not really a real rat list, but yesterday I introduced my girlfriend to the NBA. My girlfriend does not really know that much about basketball. She doesn't really ever watch cable. But we sat and we watched some of these games while we made food or whatever. So it was a little bit of background stuff going on, but she got to watch Jokic for the first time. Said she's rooting for Horseman is what she told me. So great.
Respect.
But the reason I'm telling you about this and the reason why I mentioned that she does not often watch cable television is because there were a lot of commercials yesterday that she was seeing for the first time. She was watching commercials. She was like, wow, these like fast food companies really, really snap on their commercials. I was like, yeah, they do. And I was like going along with the BK commercial, the Whopper commercial, one of the all-time great commercials. And then it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute. You don't know the lore of this Whopper commercial, do you? And she said, no. No, I don't know it. And I said, oh, do I have a tale for you? So I sat there and I explained to my girlfriend, who is a med student, that back in January, a lot of us, including Jack and I, who sat in a room and really had a nice laugh about the Whopper commercial coming on at full blast.
Whopper, 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 Junior Shuffle. As Sam freezes. Sam freezing in the middle of his rat list is all time.
It's not. It's really terrible, and it ruins the comedic timing, and I'm actually really, really mad about it. It makes me not even want to finish the story.
It's okay. I started singing Whopper, Whopper when he froze, so it carried over.
Sure. I don't even remember I don't know where I left off, because you really don't know when you lag.
You just said like I was explaining to her like the song, like the lyrics.
I was explaining not the song, but that
the lore. Yeah, the lore.
Lore that the entire world stood still as DeMar Hamlin was fighting for his life on the football field, and we're all sitting here in disbelief laughing not at him, because the Whopper commercial is just the most non-read the room-esque placed commercial during this tragedy. They cut to break because they don't want everyone they don't want a bunch of cameras in this guy's face. You just get Whopper, 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 Whopper. And I'll tell you what, nobody thought that shit was funnier than Jack. When that happened, again, not the tragedy, the commercial's placement. I remember Jack and I did a show after that, and I think we both sat here dying laughing for like 10 minutes just talking about it.
Whopper Whopper might be top 5 all-time memes. It's up there.
I got to explain the historic lore of the Whopper commercial yesterday.
Yeah, Whopper is all time. I'm gonna rat list the new download position in Chrome. So this is very random. Do you use Chrome?
Yes.
Day to day?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
So usually beforehand, Chrome would download something and it'd go to the bottom of your screen like a bar. Very convenient. Allows you to drag things up easy. Now it goes to the top right of your screen. So you have to click something and then you can drag it.
Yes.
It's just like changing something that doesn't need to be changed. And
you know what that sounds
less convenient now. You're going to say NBA jerseys. And
it sure is. Yeah.
But yeah, it just makes all of my editing, all of my adding photos to articles, all of my adding, video stuff to podcast editing, everything is just more difficult. It's
nobody
really
asked
annoying.
for that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And the best part is it used to be a beta thing, so you could like turn it off, like, oh, I don't want to test this out. But now it's just a thing, so you can't change it. So it's fucked. It's not a fun time.
So today was my Friendsgiving, and great event. It rivals Secret Santa, though I don't like Christmas. I do really like Secret Santa with the boys. It's very great. We all get each other great gifts. Everybody has a great time. Friendsgiving's great. We all make food. We all sit there and eat a bunch of food. Now, the rat list is me because holy fuck did I eat a lot today.
Good.
I had 2 full plates. Turkey, ham, broccoli, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes.
Beans, potatoes, tomatoes, ham.
No green
turkey,
beans.
chicken. Well,
They didn't have green beans.
I was just singing the song.
Then I had these cookies I made yesterday. Don't worry about it. We were baking cookies watching the play-in or the.
Did you make them or
tournament.
did Kalen make them?
We both made them. It was a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
We did. I paid for the stuff, and she picked out the amount of ingredients, and I helped mix them together. It was a very much a team effort.
Okay.
It was. I swear to God, it was. I did the dishes.
That was one of those things that was better left at team effort. Not, I paid for it, then I'd mix the stuff in the bowl.
Yeah, I paid for it. This is my stuff I should have paid for. It's for my event. But anyways, ate like 5-6 of those cookies. My friend made these brownies that are also Rice Krispie treats and s'mores. So I had like 3 or 4 of those. This is just one of those days where I woke up today knowing I was going to eat whatever I wanted. And those days are historic days. And in a week, it won't matter, but you have that regret. You're just like, wow, I'm fat as shit. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, sure. So I've got a rat list, but I'm going to encapsulate it in an anti-rat list. So I went out in Boston with Danny yesterday. Had a good time. Had some beers. I was feeling good. Put that way. I was feeling all right.
Okay.
And we're out and about, having a good time. Danny's a fun guy. We're chilling. We get to the tea stop. We're on the way to the bar. We had a little bit to drink beforehand, then we're going out to a bar. And do you ever walk by somebody and you hear part of a conversation and you so desperately want to stop and say, need to hear the rest. Need to know what's happening here.
Yeah, once in a while. I remember I went to Six Flags and this woman was like, yeah, my brother used to just kill frogs. And then we just kept walking.
So my version of that last night was, and here we're walking by, you get like, he's a virgin. He probably gets bullied. And I don't know.
That was actually very well done. I like that delivery. Good job, Jack. Great job. Good job. Good job.
We get to like wherever we're waiting for the train. I turn to Danny. I go, "Did you hear?" He goes, "Yeah, I did. And I go, "I kind of wanted to stop. I kind of don't want to defend. I want to defend the homie. That's disrespectful as shit. I go, you got to defend the brother." Sure. So there's that. I'll rat list you actually. And this isn't from me. This is directly from Liz Simone, my mom.
Oh no.
Sam, my mom might love Christmas more than anybody else in this world.
Oh no.
More than anybody. More than anybody I've ever met in my life. She was watching Elf today in the living room. Right? It's November 4th, right?
Yeah.
And so I come out here, I go, yeah, ratless, blah, 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 same rat with Christmas. She stops dead. What she's doing, turns to me. She goes, what? I'm like, he just doesn't like Christmas. And she goes, Jack, you need to rat list him tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And she goes, and tell him it's from fucking me too. I'm like, okay, I will. So my mom would like to put you on the rat list. And I get it's going to happen multiple times because
sure.
When I tell you, she loves Christmas more than anybody else. She loves Christmas. She loves it.
Well,
it's her favorite thing.
This would be, I want to put this in perspective. Now, not to pretend like we didn't do this.
You're here. No, you're here.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Not to pretend like we didn't do this, but being like, hey, Christmas on November 5th is being like, hey, NBA on August 2nd. I mean, we did that, but it ain't here yet. It's not NBA season on August 2nd. It's about to be Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, by the way. Love Thanksgiving.
Quality holiday. Yeah.
Love Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving was great today. We took all these stupid pictures. We all like found random items in McKenna's backyard. He had a shopping cart, ladder, plenty of things. Also, do you have any more?
Yeah, quick. Also, rat list. So, contrary to popular commenter belief, I'm not rich. Like
I love when they say you're rich and you're like, I'm not rich.
I'm trying to move into the city. Everything's so fucking expensive. It's so impossible to find anywhere to live. And so Ratless the fucking housing market for just making
Dude, I wish
it
I liked like
impossible.
rodeos and stuff because it would cost no money to live near that.
Right? I wish I grew up in Oklahoma City, could cover the Thunder, get real in on the beat real
Yeah.
easy, watch some rodeos, live real cheap. And no, I live in a place that wants to charge me for fucking the shit that I take in the corner. Like it's just everything has a price. Like you can't live anywhere. It's impossible, man. Oh my god. I had something else too. Oh, Ratless, this guy who came up to us. So we went to one bar, got closer to Danny's house, went to another bar. This dude comes up to us. I'm not gonna say on the podcast. He just asked us, like, never met this guy. Asked us
I
the
need to hear
most.
about these things.
I will tell you the most obscene question. And Danny and I, like, shell shocked, look at each other, like, wow. And so, like, we had like a pity conversation with dude or whatever conversations, whatever. And then we like kind of like shuffle, blah blah blah, talk to ourselves, move away, and then he comes back and he's like, yeah, I'm like, my name's this, like this. I'm like, nice to meet you, man. Then we finish our drinks. He goes, yeah, me and Danny, like, yeah, we're head out. We get out there. He goes, we had to leave. We had to go. So yeah. And then last one I have, anti-Ratless. So I'll shout it out. College Pizza by Fenway. Great pizza. Danny might be the most social person on the planet, right?
He's very outgoing.
He's just one of those guys that knows everybody. We get into this pizza place, chilling there, and I know Danny loves the pizza place because he's sent me pictures of him like behind the counter, like just making pizzas before. You go in, owner goes, Danny, get the fuck up here, buddy. And he goes up to the counter, like daps him up, goes, what's up, man? Just like, and Danny goes, no, I'm waiting in line. I'm just standing here. I'm in line. I don't want to disrespect. And he goes, all right, fine. So we just wait, and like we just have a conversation with this guy that Danny knows. Danny puts like a tip in the jar. They take the jar away and say, don't you fucking don't you dare. That's disrespectful, tipping us. Like it's a Ratless because I am not like a naturally social guy. And so
you
I'm
don't
sitting
want to be
there
the
like,
center of attention.
No,
Yeah.
but well, it's not even the attention thing. It's just like, well, it's not even the attention thing. It's just like in that setting, Danny's so comfortable, and I'm so
you got nothing for him.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, it was funny. It's just, and pizza, I got a buffalo chicken slice. Shit was fucking. Let me tell you, at that moment in time, and at my mental state in that moment, maybe the greatest piece of food I've ever had.
Okay.
I got home, had a chicken cheesesteak. It's like just cheese, like cheesesteak, but chicken. Heated it up because I got it earlier. Genius. Then we played OG Fortnite for an hour, and it's good. It's good. Anyways, I'll let you wrap it around.
It's a good end to your night. So,
it's great.
Speaking of going out, right? So I was at this thing today, obviously, and as you do at a Friendsgiving, you have many conversations. One of the conversations we were having would be like maybe like not amongst, discussing what would be the most intense fighting words to hear if you're out maybe at a bar, right? Because one of my friends was talking about like he got in an argument with somebody at a bar and whatever, said he could bench whatever, and the guy tried to tell me he could bench. Just stupid, dumb arguments that aren't even really funny.
Yeah.
But so rat list. Anybody that calls you P-head.
Did someone call you P-head?
I was not called P-head, but the insult P-head was thrown around at the table today. And let me tell you, P-head may be more insulting to be called than anything I think I could think of. It's probably worse than buddy. If you're out with your friends and somebody calls you P-head, like you almost have to fight them. Like you got to think about it. Like if somebody calls you P-head, you have to do something about that. You cannot allow that to happen. If somebody calls you buddy, you can be like, "Who you calling buddy?" Like you just like pal him or something. If somebody calls you P-head, you cannot come back from that. You have to like go fight them. I don't know if there's any other response
I've never
to
heard
that.
P-head.
Exactly.
That's good.
That's the even better part. Because someone was like, "Well, what if someone calls you Pinhead?" And I was like, "Well, if someone calls you Pinhead, then the thought is that they are not saying something as original because obviously SpongeBob, who you calling Pinhead, is what everyone's mind to that has seen it jumps to. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
you're not really that original. But somebody calls you P-head.
Was someone
They
called
dug
P-head?
deep in the bag.
Was
At
someone
the table,
called
somebody
P-head?
might have been called P-head. But it was
We're
out
not
of
gonna-
love, and it wasn't like fighting words. So it was like, I was like, well, what if you were out and somebody was actually like, look at
What's
that
up,
fucking
P-head?
P-head over there.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, fuck, dude. Did you just call me
Quick
P-head?
punch. Quick punch. Yeah. I back it.
So that's
I
all
like
I
it.
got. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got too. All right. We can get on out of here. Thank you all for tuning in to the Ratless and to How About Them Celtics. This is a nice long episode today. We appreciate you guys for enjoying it. Hopefully you didn't turn off when I started fucking screaming into the microphone at that one commenter. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Make sure to comment or send us an email with what's popping at the start and leave us a nice comment, and you'll be entered automatically to win a $10 gift card to Inpopnito to get some flavored popcorn. It's very, very good. We both love it. Check us out on Spotify and Apple. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe, and let Sam take it out.
Yes. Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching today. Great show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. A lot of love on the videos recently, even though Jack just said, hey, I hate everyone that comments on our stuff.
Whoa.
But we do appreciate all the recent interactions. So thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and do leave comments, even though Jack might have scared you. Also, we're available on Spotify and Apple for the audio-only version of the show. You can follow us there, leave a nice 5-star review, say something nice. You can also find us on playback.tv. It is just the name of the podcast as you see it on your screen with the apostrophe. You can find us on social media. How About Them C's? That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook is just the name of the podcast as well. You can follow Jack on Twitter at JackSmonNBA. You can follow me at Samuel France NBA. That's it for us.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.